More manual labor stuff. We need everybody to send us some, or bring some work gloves. And so what we have planned is I'll send out an email this week with a link to like some really good work gloves and a link to the C-band, so you can just click it and order it if you like. But we'll need work gloves and work shoes. As we discussed with work shoes, it might be that the shoes get destroyed or they get really dirty, and so that's sort of what we're looking for. Shoes that you think will make it the duration of the trip, but you wouldn't mind saying goodbye to. We're asking for comfortable long sleeve work shirts. So if it's a long sleeve tee, that's great, or if it's a button up long sleeve. If we get hot, if it is the type of situation where it would be safe to cuff them up, that's pretty cool, but it might be that we are deep in some brush or there's debris, and so we'll want to have as much skin covered as possible. So we need everyone to bring long sleeve, and then if we end up not needing it, that'd be great. Scrubs are okay, just like Mexico for pants, but generally work pants, and again, desired sun gear, because we'll be working mostly outside. Jen?
Oh, I just wanted to say that one of my best friends when we went to Africa was, I had gone to Goodwill and I got a white work shirt, not a Oxford cloth, thinnest cotton possible, and I kept it even after it came back with fragrance soil all over it.
Awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was sun and work and lightweight and breezy.
Yep.
It was
That's
like $3.
Yeah, those are the three things that we're looking for, and so if your kids have been to Mexico, then that's sort of the thing we're looking for. But scrubs are good because they're lightweight, and then a shirt that is similar. Any questions here?
You said something about that they're going to be providing the tools.
Yeah.
And will they also provide dust masks if they're needed?
Good question. I haven't asked about that. I will ask, and then if not, we'll certainly bring some.
Okay.
Good question. Good question. Yeah. Anyone else? Cool. On with the packing list. So they're kind of public showers, so at the very least, everyone needs to bring a swimming suit for the shower. Towel, shower toiletries that your student might be interested in bringing. And then on the fun day, we'll be swimming again, so stuff there. On to sleeping gear. Again, I can't believe I left off the sleeping mat, but simply to reiterate, I think preferably 2 unfitted bed sheets that you can just stuff in the day pack. But if you think your kid's going to get cold or you don't have 2 sheets, sleeping bag's fine. And then pillow, and maybe the most important thing, I can't believe I left it off here, sleeping mat. Non-inflatable sleeping mat or self-inflating. Yeah.
If they're going to be using their swimsuit to shower and then not use it again for the swim day, is there a place that they can hang them out?
Yeah, there'll be
Or
a
like
place to
clothes
dry
line or
out.
something?
Yeah,
Okay.
totally. Marcia?
For the shower, should they bring flip-flops because it's a very public shower?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Great idea. Or possibly some fungal cream. Either one. If the fungal cream's easier to pack. Okay.
Shower toiletries do not include any electrics, so.
Yeah, that's
no hair
right.
dryer, no curling irons.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Tell all your handsome boys to leave their straightener at home. Sorry. I think we lost one. I was hoping you'd take the mat path and not the Carol path. Okay, so any questions about the packing list? Yeah.
There's a one-piece only for girls for swimsuit.
Yeah, I think I have on your sheet there. This is the Mount Herman Pondy rule that we're adopting. Tasteful 2-piece. I think generally, if we say 1 piece, that just means that everybody has to go buy a swimsuit. And we will always reserve the right to say, we find this not tasteful, please wear a t-shirt. So that's how we're dealing with that. Yeah.
But I think it's part of the second pair of shoes that need to be kept clean. Does that also have to be closed-toed?
Great question. No, it doesn't have to be closed-toed, although maybe they might prefer it. So the idea behind the clean pair of shoes is when you get home, it's nice to take off your work shoes that just got super messy and put on something that is comfortable. And so maybe flip-flops are probably good there. But I'll be advising the kids, like, don't let these get wet. Don't let them get destroyed. Don't wear them for anything except car rides and once you're done working. It's just nice to have something to change into that way. And then, normally we have a big circle that we sit in. When we were in Mexico, that was lawn chairs around a fire. And then when we were in San Francisco, these are the caravans I've been on, so the only ones I can attest to. We had a really great basement in the building for us to congregate in. An ongoing situation is that we were supposed to be stationed in one church, and they have something terrible happened there, I guess, so they're rescheduling everyone to end up in a different church, and so they're not sure where we're going to be. So it might be that we end up having to bring up lawn chairs again, and we're meeting outside. If that's the case, I would say that for your clean shoes, you would want something closed-toed if we end up outside. So that's the deal there, and I'll email you as soon as I know the details there. So,
Matt, are we doing any services, or do they need any nice clothes?
great question.
Services?
No, they probably don't need any nice clothes. We're going to the youth group and we're coming back to intersections, but those are going to be understanding crowds. We will do.
We're all sit together away from you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What did you say about the phone and no charger?
Yeah. That's supposed to be the next slide, but I see here that I don't have it. So, other stuff that they are going to need. They'll need to bring a Bible. They'll need to bring money for 5 meals. In the past, we've always said no phone, and yet there are just always tons of phones on Caravan. And even parents, who are, I can attest, really committed, and their kids are really committed, say, I know you said no phone, I'm sending one anyways, because they need it for safety. And so I think the phone but no charger rule is designed to help you feel comfortable. The kid will have a phone on them at all times. Most of them did the past 2 years, except in Mexico. And so, but we're saying no charger because we really don't want them on it. We'll make that really clear to them. This isn't for fun. This is only for safety. And so, if you want to send a phone with your kid but not the charger, I think that's a great way to ensure that they're safe if they get separated, that type of thing. We've gone back and forth on this a lot. I'm really not happy with it either way. I don't like saying no phones and then ending up with 25 phones by the end. And I don't like the idea that if a kid got separated, when we were in San Francisco, there's however many million people in that 49 square miles. So it's easy to find help, but I don't know if that will be the case here. So I think just peace of mind, it's best to send a phone with no charger. And we'll constantly lecture them about don't use it for anything safety. Yes, Dave?
I think Steve Harrington is a peace of mind too, him being there.
Yeah.
His training.
Yeah, we'll get to that on the medical and behavioral contingencies.
Yeah. I don't feel like I need Nick to have a phone if Steve's there.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, if it's really better if the kid doesn't bring a phone because it detaches them, it makes for a better experience. But the reality is so many people were bringing phones, I would rather have them bring it in a controlled way than them constantly on it and us having this cat and mouse game. Yeah. This is just the next move in the cat and mouse game.
So, just along with that, like car games that they do interactively with people on a phone or something like that?
Yeah. So part of what we're doing is there'll be 2 or more adults in each car, and the adults will be welcome to bring a charger. And so those types of games can be played on the adults' phones. That's kind of what we're going to aim for.
We would prefer though, if they're playing games in the car, not be on the phones, for it to be interactive.
Yeah.
People in the car, with
Well-
all of everybody, not just 2 people.
Yeah, she's asking about group games,
Oh, I see.
like similar to catchphrase.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, Diana, I think you were next.
So same kind of question, so you can say phone, but you know how kids are, so my daughter's gonna say, well, what about my iPod, or what about this? So
Yeah, no iPods.
electronic,
Yeah.
except for a phone.
Yeah, exactly. Great question. No iPods, no music, all of this stuff. And, I think last year, the first few days we were pretty feisty about confiscating them, but by the end, you're fighting this battle. So I think knowing that they can't recharge it hopefully will help them to use it reasonably. And actually, the kids are pretty reasonable about this. I found the kids to be reasonable about this. Even when I had to confiscate their phone, they were like, okay, I get it. So
So no headphones, they don't need headphones?
No headphones, yes, great question, another great question.
Are they getting the same talk?
Yes.
Would it be too a hassle to have them have them within their family group, turn in the phones and then check them out from their leader?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Maybe we'll think about that. That's really when we need the kids to have phones, is when we're out running around in this disaster area. So maybe every morning we have the family
You
leader
can
give
bring
it
the
out.
phone, but only for emergencies.
Yeah,
Because, most kids have their iPod within the phone.
Yep, that's a great idea.
It's gonna be too hard to monitor.
Yeah, that's a really good system. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, get your own.
How do you prefer them packing? Duffel bag, suitcase, and what easy for packing?
Great question, great question. I don't think there's much of a preference between duffel bag and suitcase, except it just needs to be compact. And I think you'll just have to be judicious on how to make that happen. But yeah, we're definitely going to be struggling for space, and we got to drag anything we want to take. We got to drag 24 straight hours. So yes, pack as lightly as possible. Even though I know got to bring a lot of stuff on this trip. Yeah.
If there are things that you don't care if your kid brings home, like, you don't need 4 extra twin sheets or stuff, can we donate them there, or do we need?
Yeah.
Can you guys do that?
You might be able to donate them into the garbage, but I don't think there will be a mechanism. But I don't.
They'll need them.
Yeah, they'll need them on the way back, and so if they were going to donate them, it would be in Lake Havasu, and so it's just probably not going to work out. So awesome. Other things that they need to bring that are in the other column are a mini flashlight or headlamp and bug spray. And again, if we're meeting outside, that's for that. So okay, cool. 10 minutes left. Medical contingencies. Steve Harrington is number one. He's EMT trained and he's really good in situations like this. It's really nice to have him around. And then each vehicle that we take will be, first of all, have adults, of course, in it, but then have a really thoughtful first aid kit. And then the Church of the Harvest, there'll be a first aid trained staff person with them at each place too. So there'll be a lot of first aid supplies, and there'll be a lot of people trained to deal with the minor injuries. And of course, all the adults will have a phone to call 911 should anything too exciting happen. So, as always, someone always gets injured or dehydrated or something. And so I think generally we have a lot of collective experience among the adults at monitoring these things and dealing calmly but effectively with them afterwards. So I think we feel pretty good there.
Water bottle. Okay.
Yeah.
They're bringing a water bottle.
Yep, every kid needs to bring a water bottle. That's a huge deal. So possibly I didn't make a big enough deal about that when we were going through the packing list, but every kid needs to bring a water bottle. And we'll have 5-gallon coolers all over the place with water and Gatorade and stuff. We're militant about hydration on these trips. Yeah. Behavioral contingencies. Generally I think we found the kids to be really well behaved on these trips. It's kind of an honor to go on these trips, and I think the kids totally get that. It's a privilege, and even the ones that I'm suspicious might not be so pleasant at home tend to rise to the occasion. On the other hand, there are trips, more on the West Coast where we could theoretically send them home or make you come get them or something like that. And this just isn't one of those trips. We don't have the option of sending any kids home, and I don't think we will need that option, but some unforeseen thing happens. We're just not going to be able to do that, I don't think. And so I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about how we tend to deal with these things, the best ways for us to deal with them. I think in youth ministry, since I get to turn them back over to you in 1 to 8 days, it gives me the opportunity to always talk it through with them. It never turns into a power struggle for us because we're just lucky that we get to give them back to you. And we're passionate about, we love having these deep talks with them. So generally I think we found lots of hard talks go a really long ways with any behavioral behavioral issues. And it's a chance to connect. There's some kids that are never going to have a deep talk with you unless they're in trouble about something. And so that's our main goal. That's our plan for dealing with these things. And actually, I think any advisor could attest that it was when I had a conflict with this kid that our relationship turned the corner. This kid was misbehaving on Caravan, and then on Wednesday we just had it out, and it was awesome after that, right? So that's going to be our approach there. But then also, I just wanted to introduce a lot of our advisors because all these people have so much parenting and youth ministry experience that I just feel really super confident that the collective wisdom here can get us through any interpersonal conflict or any behavioral issue. And so I just wanted to recognize the people here, and it would be awesome if you guys wanted to talk to some of the advisors who are going on the trip here. And I'll just run through the names because I worked so hard to get the font bigger, but I just couldn't. I'll just introduce them really fast. Maria Benevento-Collins, Julie Carlson, Kathy Edwards, Steve Harrington, Joe Don Heath, Dave Hunt, Cameron Lee, Gail McCaffrey, Kurt Miller, Jimmy Moffitt, Dave Yagi, Andrew Vasquez, Debbie Stoddard, myself, Katie O'Brien. These are the people, and then I should have put Marsha on here. Marsha's coming as our food person, which is just such a blessing. And we're trying to organize it in a way that Marsha can participate fully in a family group and be present to the kids. So she should be on here too. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Yeah. Kurt Millen right here. So actually in this picture, he's holding the Lombardi Trophy, so you can ask him about that later. Yeah, so to me, the behavioral issues segue easily into what adults are going, and I just feel really confident that, again, the collective wisdom here will be able to handle almost anything that comes along, and that's part of the unspoken agreement of being an adult on Caravan. We're in this together, and we're going to make it happen. We've got to be super flexible. Yeah?
I apologize if it's sorry because a couple of minutes late, but how many cars are going out?
Great question. Currently we have exactly 70 people going, and so we're trying to get as many of those people, many of these people licensed in the 15-passenger van as possible. And so theoretically, it would be great if we could take 4 15-passenger vans and then 3 12-passenger vans. And we've tried to set it up to where there's an empty seat in each van so that we're not packed in there like sardines. It's comfortable for the long ride. But if not everyone is able to get those 15-passenger van licenses, then we'll just be downgrading to more 12-passenger vans. And then most of them will have a car topper, and a few of them will be towing a trailer. And that's how we'll get from point A to point B. Yeah?
I have a check.
You have a check. Great question.
Give it to you.
Yeah, put it up here. We'll make a pile of checks, the monies. Do the forms do it right here. So all ready to close if there aren't other questions.
What's the amount for the remainder?
Yeah, so if you paid a $100 deposit, you need to pay $525 for a total of $625. $625 is the total. Yeah, John.
This may be more for Carol, but I'm just kind of curious, but Carol, Nancy Harrington and Katie Stefan are going to be doing while you guys are all.
Great question. They're going to be hanging out with Bob Stoddard.
So we calling you for dinner.
Matt,
Yeah, Diane.
plan for daily meds.
Daily meds, great question. So in the past, I think we have, we always do it the same way, but we're going to put a few more adults on it this time. So when you pack, you'll need to bring the meds and the daily amount of that. Dosage. So you'll need to bring the medicine and the dosage, and then we'll record it, and then we'll have adults that make sure, dispense it, make sure everyone gets it in the morning and at night. So that's the plan there.
Except for rescue leaders and students.
Great question. EpiPens they need to carry on themselves and inhalers.
What about over-the-counter like Benadryl for?
Good question. Yeah, we're going to want to have the Benadryl. I mean, we'll have a lot of that stuff too, but if you think that's going to be an issue, turn that in as well. It's just really important for us to have a record of what kids taking what stuff. If there's an emergency, it's nice to turn that over to the people who need to know.
They can't have any of their own medicine
Yeah, exactly. So we don't want we don't want the kids administering any meds. That all needs to come through the adults. So if you think your kid's gonna have a headache or need more Dramamine than we're gonna have, or any allergies, send that with them, and then we'll do that the same way that we do all the medications. We'll just run through the few people in charge of that. So. Any other questions? Awesome. So before I pray, I just really like to recognize the adults who are going on this trip that are in this room, and then I'd love for you guys to go have a brief chat with them or introduce yourself, tell them whose mom or dad you are. So if you are an adult going on this trip, will you please stand up? Yeah, happy. So we got a little more than half. There's 3 in the back there. So I'll pray to close, and then it'd be great if you could shake their hand and give them a hug and wish them good luck. Yeah, and again, this is a good chance to tell them who your kid is, and that'll be great. Just want to ask one more time, any questions?
Katie, are there any more jobs that need to be filled?
I don't think so.
Awesome. Great news. All right, great. Heavenly Father, we come to you once again, and we're just so grateful for getting to know you and what you're doing in our lives. God, we just want to lift up the entire enterprise that is Caravan and all its details and all its meaningful, huge moments. God, we lift them up to you. We ask that your Spirit would flow there. God, we just pray a special anointing and blessing on these adults on this screen, God, and on Marcia. Lord, we just ask that you be filling their heart with your Holy Spirit. God, with that holy sense of mission and of compassion and patience